Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. You join me today, which is Saturday the 27th of February. Beautiful and sunny, so I thought I'd make a start on some of the correction work that needs to be done on this. If you remember from the previous video, we had this awful scratch. Well, the scratch is still there, but I've been filling it in with paint and it is now proud of the surface. So that'll be the first defect getting tackled today. I'm going to be sanding that, polishing. It's not going to be an invisible repair by any means. The colour match on the silver is a bus ride off, but let's hopefully get it looking a little bit better than it does now. So let's have another quick walk around the car. It's silly things like scuffs. Thankfully, with the sun out, you really can't hide the defects. See if I can get this one in your shot, particularly that fella there. It's quite a good one. Random isolated scratches around the handles. It's pretty much like it was in one of my previous videos. This fella here. Oh, he's a good one. And of course, the defects that are on the bonnet. With the sun out, it's really difficult to actually see the screen, so bear with me. But we have got lots and lots of really lovely deep scratches. Oh wow. This fella there as well, that was super deep, so I filled that back in with paint as well, so I'll be sanding that as well. Yeah, this is really I'm going to enjoy this, I think, and what a beautiful day for it. Okay, let's chat in, let's crack on. So, what is the secret to removing scratches? Well, there's no real rhyme or reason to it, to be honest. This is the method that I choose to use. A bit unorthodox, but I just take wet and dry paper. In this instance, this is 1000 grit. Cut it into thin strips, and what you want to do is isolate the amount of sanding that you're doing around the area of defect and nowhere else. Well, preferably not either side. The less correction I have to do on this, the better. So I'm just going to concentrate on this isolated spot. So I've cut the paper into thin strips, and I'm going to wrap it round the end of a Sharpie, just like that. Get a good grip at it. Got a bucket of water down here. We're also going to wet the surface and just gently sand. And what you need to do now is just keep a very close eye on exactly where you're sanding and try not to go over onto the edge too much. Now thankfully this surface is quite proud, so I should be able to keep it fairly isolated, which it looks like it is. And quite simply all we're doing is lowering the surface of the scratch. It's a bit fiddly, it's a bit time consuming. But we will get there in the end. As soon as you start to feel the end of one of your pieces of paper wearing, just simply move it along a little bit, just like that. Like I said, it's not foolproof, and I'm sure there's many professionals out there laughing at me right now, but hey, this is what works for me. Remember to keep it lubricated. And go gently. Stop often and check often. Have yourself a little towel ready just to wipe off and inspect your work. And yep, the level's coming down just fine. And that's it. Continue on this. When you start to bring the levels down, switch your paper out to a finer grade. Eventually get working your way up to about 2500 just to finish it down nicely. And that's it. It just requires a lot of patience and stopping and checking often. There you go. Okay, so we're going to bring you guys in. It's still a little bit, I could have made it prouder, to be honest with you, but I'm just facing facts here, guys. This is a daily driver, it's not going to be a show car, and I think once I've got that polish back, that will be quite a decent improvement on what it was. So what we're going to be using now, well, yeah, we'll be vaping obviously, but Poorboys SSR 2.5, my little air DA, and I've got a 1-inch microfiber cutting pad on there. The reason I'm going for 1 inch is because I don't want to take away too much paint from the surrounding surface, because it will be getting polished hopefully soon. Let's give it a crack and see what happens, shall we? So, very small blob of SSR 2.5 on the pad. We're going to put it directly onto the paint like this, just dab it slowly. In fact, that's probably a little bit too much. Yeah, it's definitely too much. Oh well, splatter, splatter. And I've got this turned down onto a low speed, and all I'm going to do is backwards and forwards, up and down in a cross-ash motion. We'll probably do, I don't know, 4 passes. So a pass is going that way, then a pass is going up and down, then the pass is backwards and forwards, and the pass is up and down again. 4 passes in what we call a set, and a set is just a set amount of passes. Here we go. Right, let's give that a wipe off and let's see, shall we? Well, the scratch is definitely still there, but it's removed 100% of the sanded marks that were around it. I really can't feel it now either. It's just a shame it's so visible. That's because of the colour match. I really don't think I'm going to get it much better than that. So let's get the polish right away. And there we go. It's bloody awful still, isn't it? Well, I gave it a try. See if I can get a better matching paint and then have a go at it again sometime soon. But for now, yeah, that's it. Right, so after the disappointing attempt on the door, we're going to have a crack at the defects on this bonnet now. The sun is right on my face, so I really can't tell if it's been picked up. The bonnet is quite hot. Absolutely beautiful day, makes a change. And we're switching now to electric and DA. So I'm going to use the Dash 6 Pro with SSR 2.5 and again a microfiber cutting pad. These are from Flexi Pads, and surprising for Flexi Pads, they're actually quite coarse. So I'm going to be using a little bit of caution with that, I think. Right, let's get you up on a tripod. Here we go. Right. Same as before, really. SSR 2.5. I'm going for quite a lot for the first pass because it's a completely dry pad. Pulled over the shoulder. Dab it all over. Speed 2 just to spread it. Okay, that's the product spread, and we're going to work it in on speed 5. Probably go for 4 passes again, which will complete at 1 set. That's brilliant. That is brilliant, actually. Let's just take you down off the tripod. Bear with me, just for a moment. Right. So, all the marks that were here, they're gone, completely gone. Thumbs up. The marks that were here, I mean, they are massively reduced. Now, bearing in mind, all of these you could fill with your thumbnail, and I still can, but they've been reduced a load, and I mean a load. I'm going to hit this for a second time. Yep, because I'm fairly sure that all those defects will be gone after that. Yeah, I'm a happy boy with that. Just a quick note on the SSR 2.5. In fact, all Poorboys compounds for that matter. This panel is hot, and I mean hot. But this is the beauty of Poorboys World products. It actually says on the bottle, does it? There we go. Hand and machine, in sun or shade, and it genuinely is brilliant in direct sun. This is why I've been using them for years and years, because for an outdoor detailer, it makes your life so easy, and you could see how easy it was to wipe off. Yeah, I'm happy with that. I'm going to hit this one more time, then I'm going to move over to more defects. Back in a bit. And we're back. Sorry guys, I spent a little bit longer on that than I should have done, really. I switched up to SSR 1 with a foam, a medium foam density pad. Let's take a look now. So, I'm trying to get him in. I'm quite happy with it, actually. I'm trying to get them in so you can see them. So the scratches that were here, they're gone. They are completely gone. Scratches that were all over here, not completely gone, but massively improved. There's a slight, I don't know if you can pick it up, there's a slight tick mark there. Ignore the chips, I've just dabbed them in with paint. That's all gone. That's all gone. When you come down the bonnet, where's it gone? I can't see it now. Ah, there it is. There is a slight tick mark there as well. And the only other defect that I really did try with is this fella there. I don't even know if the camera can pick it up. That's really good. Everything's had a good blast with isopropyl. So I know that what I'm looking at now is true correction. The scratch on the front, do you know what? I hate it being there, but there's not really much more I can do with it. It's a 12-year-old car at the end of the day. It's going to have war marks. But gloss is amazing. There is no holograms that I can pick up on. It's had 2 wipe downs with IPA, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to throw some LSP over it. So what shall we go for? Yeah, you know very well what I'm going to go for. A little bit of Poorboys EX. Right, I'm going to get that on the bonnet. I'm going to leave it to cure, and while it's curing I'll be cracking on with other defects. Right, so I don't know if you can pick it up. There is a thin layer of EX on the bonnet. Emphasis on the word thin. I never understood people that just pile product on top of a panel. When you wipe a panel off and you wipe all the excess off, that's waste product. Keep it thin, keep it even, get good coverage. So while that is curing, have a, don't know if you can see in the sun. Can you see the holograms down the side of this? It's horrific. Right, can you see that fella there? That's what we're going to be tackling next, and it goes from there all the way to here. So I'm going to stick with the same setup again. It's going to be the microfiber cutting pad with SSR 2.5. Right, give me a sec. This isn't usually the way I do things. I normally polish entire panels, cut, polish, and then protecting and move on to the next. I just fancy doing something a little bit different here. I'm just going to give the top of this pad a quick wipe over. Usually I'll use an airline just to fluff it back up a little, but I appreciate a lot of people don't have airlines at home, so we'll just if you keep it brushed or keep it wiped over with a towel, the microfiber fibres will stand up and it will still cut. So I'm not going to do the entire panel. Like I see a scratch there, scratch there, scratch there, so I'm probably going to do 2 or 3 passes back to back over each defect and see where we go from there. Going to speed 2 just to spread your product. Like that. Everything's getting a little bit warm, and as you can see the foam started to lift. Now's the time to stop. The panel's got a bit of warmth to it, the pad's got a lot of warmth to it. So let's stop for a minute, let's cool down. And already I can see, to about there, that defect has gone. And there to there, it's significantly reduced. Let's just pick up some more products what I've dumped over here. It's still wet, so it's still fine. Let's bring it down to speed 3. And now down to just that defect there. I'll come back to that. Let's crack on with this before the product starts to dry up. Not impressed with these pads at all. And it's not as if I'm working them hard, but I don't feel confident to use that anymore. That is significantly reduced, as is that. As is that. Let's get some isopropyl. There's a little piece of cotton there. I don't know where that's gone from. Much better. Much better. I want to hit this one more time with the foam pad and SSR1, and then I'll bring you back in for a better look. Give me 2 ticks, guys. And we're back. Right, sorry about that, guys. It did take me a little longer than expected, but we're losing the sun as well. It's all gone. It is all gone. Now this is just the cutting stage. The next part of this detail is going to be the refining stage. I'm lying, it's not all gone. There is some there, look. But if you look along the length, that's pretty decent. It is pretty decent. I've also tackled this one here. Oh, bit of polish, do apologise, that's me. That scratch is now gone. And I've just wiped the EX off the bonnet as well. So it's probably been sat there for about 40-45 minutes now, maybe an hour. 13 degrees today, so I did leave it to there's a difference when you're using sealants. People will say curing time, this is bonding time, so you leave it on for as long as you can before you wipe the excess product off. It's just to give it a fair chance to bond to the surface that it was on, hence the IPA wipe down, just to keep everything nice and clean. Gloss is absolutely superb, I will say that. For a silver car, when I finish, this is going to be shiny, real shiny, which is what I want. The only thing I am disappointed at is that scratch. I mean, it doesn't matter which angle you come at it, you just can't hide it. Casualty of war. I'm not going to give up though. I'm going to keep on at that. And when I've got more time, because being a single parent does have its disadvantages, when I've got more time I'm going to have a go at that again, see if I can get a better colour matched paint. But if you listen, I'll nail across it. Oh, little there. I'll do it again and see what happens. Can't be that difficult, surely. Right, so next to happen to this now will be another lighter cutting session using just SSR 2.1, and I'll be following that up. I'm going to attempt to dual silver paint. I've looked through YouTube, I've seen people dualing paint, but they've all been dark colours. I've never seen anybody dual a silver car before, so guess what I'm going to be doing? Doesn't hurt to try, does it? Okay, do you know what? That's me done for the day. My arms are aching, but I've got quite a bit achieved, so I'm quite happy. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you found it informative. Got any questions, put it in the comments, I'll do my best to answer them for you. Any manufacturers watching, if you want any products reviewing, get in touch, you guys know what to do. Until the next time, thanks ever so much for watching, and keep it shiny. Bye for now.